Are you finding it hard to focus during your meditation? Are you looking for tips and tools that will help you achieve greater focus? Well, then this video is for you. Today we will share things that you can do before you start your meditation to help you meditate much better. Hey, Vandana Gadia here, founder of Vision for Balance, where we share tips, tools, and techniques that are backed by science to help you achieve inner and outer balance. Today, we're going to talk about things that you can do before you start your meditation to help you meditate better. The number one thing that impacts your ability to focus is, of course, the time of the day. Sometimes it's easy to get quiet moments during the day, during a busy day. You can find a quiet corner throughout the day and find some quiet moments. But research shows, and neuroscience also backs the fact that the best time to meditate is early morning or late evening, just before you go to bed or as soon as you wake up. There's a reason behind this. Number one, of course, the obvious one is that there are less distractions. When the entire world is asleep, if you can get up and get some quiet time just for yourself, definitely your meditation is going to be much better. But the other reason that is more of a neuroscience reason is related to your brain waves. What are brain waves? Brain waves are simple, synchronized electrical pulses that are created when neurons communicate with each other. Our brain has a lot of electrical energy and electrical pulses that are coursing through the various neural networks of our brain, and the frequency at which these pulses are vibrating decides the brain wave that we are in, depending on the state of our consciousness. When we're normal and awake, we are usually in what is called the beta brainwave frequency. And then as our brain calms down, we go deeper and deeper into the alpha state and eventually into the theta state, which is the deep sleep state, when your level of consciousness is extremely quiet, it's restful, and that is the place where a lot of intuitive thinking, memory building is also happening. So when you wake up, you're going from that deep theta state to the more awakening stages. You are going from the deep sleep brain wave to the more active or the awakened brainwave. So your brainwave states are changing anyways, and it is the best time to meditate because your brain is now the most receptive to changes or to establishing those neural networks that you can carry with you throughout the day, because it's changing its brainwave state anyways. It's more receptive. This exact opposite happens at night. You're going from the beta state to the more quiet theta state. And again, because of that transition, that door to the subconscious, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, is opening. And again, your brain is most receptive to the changes that take place during your meditation. So there you have it. Definitely mornings and evenings are your best times, and it will help you meditate much better. Secondly, preparing yourself. Again, this one seems an obvious one, but many a times what happens is we wake up and we go to our cushion or our place of meditation and we start meditating. I often suggest that we give ourselves some transition time, whether it's first thing in the morning or at the end of the day after you've had a busy day. Give yourself a little bit of a transition period when you're preparing your mind for meditation. And sometimes it's even advisable to play the music that you are going to play during your meditation, because all these are signals that you're sending your brain that you're about to begin to meditate, and you be prepared to be focused. Music is a great cue that your brain will understand. Sometimes a certain kind of fragrance, a certain candle, a certain environment will also serve as good indicators to your brain that you're about to start your meditation. For yourself personally, giving yourself a little bit of that cushion where you are getting into the meditative state even before you start meditation is also a nice way to make that transition. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is, very often if you are having a thought that is unprocessed or some emotions that are bothering you, sitting in a reflective state before you start meditating and make sure you give it enough time and energy to process that particular thought will also help you meditate better. There's a longer video on this that talks about intense emotions, but in general the technique is that you process your emotions,